Liquid Dreams might be the quintessential 90s B-movie. By all appearances, it's the full package. It's an indie film. It was produced by Zeta Entertainment, the people that brought you the grimy slasher Out of the Dark. Liquid Dreams is neo-noir.
Shit world, huh?
It's dystopian science fiction. It's postmodern pulp fiction. It looks like an industrial goth music video. The filmmakers obviously studied David Lynch closely. It's a Skinamax erotic thriller, an actual one. You could catch it on Cinemax at like 3:30 in the morning. And if you couldn't catch it on cable, you could rent it on VHS, or you could buy it on LaserDisc. It's the quintessential 90s B-movie. Candice Daly plays Eve Black, our protagonist and our audience surrogate. She's a naive but determined young woman entering the unnamed dark city of the movie.
You're probably from Ohio or someplace, and you want to be a star, right?
I'm from Kansas.
Kansas, Ohio, I mean, whatever.
Of course she's from Kansas. Liquid Dreams is rife with Wizard of Oz references, or maybe it's referencing David Lynch referencing the Wizard of Oz in Wild at Heart from a year earlier. Nevertheless, Eve passes some very Lynchian flickering streetlights, so we know we are in for a strange time. The cab driver, played by X's John Doe, hints at the horrors to come.
Well, I'll be damned. So this is where they make all that Neurovid stuff. Here, the Japanese black market can't get enough.
What's Neurovid?
Well, they don't beam that out to Kansas yet, huh?
Eve is looking for her sister and in short order finds that she's dead in the bathtub in her apartment in this Neurovid complex. The Neurovid logo is tattooed on her breast. In the concrete block apartment, a TV glows with strange imagery. Every channel is the same spastic bondage footage, and there's no way to power it off. Eve is determined to find out what happened to her sister, so she initiates herself into the world of Neurovid.
It's a strip club. They got those where you come from, don't they?
Sure. I just don't want to work in one is all.
So what'd you think? You could just start at the top? It's not the way it works. We got a system around here. Everybody starts in the clubs.
Neurovid is a corporation that entraps women so that they can become what's known as stimulators. The shadowy elite can then harvest their endorphins and make it into a powerful drug that offers perfect bliss. No more messy emotions and love. The vid of Neurovid is simply a byproduct. It's a 24/7 feed of video smut that keeps the masses numb. It's a surprisingly compelling story that plays well with our current zeitgeist. Imagine, if you will, a group of elites who can use and abuse without consequences, while a peasant populace is glutted by an endless supply of zombifying video.
What do you think?
Liquid Dreams has an ace supporting cast. It always takes me like 5 minutes to recognize Tracey Walter. Oh yeah, it's Bob the Goon. Here he plays a creepy busybody with a neurological disorder. Franke Thorn plays Eve's friend Paula, who makes it all the way to the top, the ritual level at Neurovid.
It was like this big feast, and I was the main chorus.
We feel you have enormous television potential. You like the videos?
James Oseland, better known for his work in culinary arts, gets some of the best lines as the quisling middle management of Neurovid.
He's eating baked Alaska and I'm eating fucking Twinkies. Hey, the Major has bigger balls than any man alive!
Yeah? Have you ever seen him?
Shut up.
Barry Dennen squeezes every last ounce of evil from the script, playing the CEO of Neurovid, who's simply known as the Major.
You hate this place because you think it's a cesspool of disorder and decadence. Well, you know something? You're right.
And you can't have a cult film without Paul Bartel. Here he plays an inveterate fetishist.
I'd rather taste your earwax again.
Likewise, Mink gives this film even higher cult status as the director at Neurovid.
Envy is about freedom. Freedom from the flesh. The muse is going to help you overcome your inhibitions.
The most admirable thing about Liquid Dreams, or at least what the analytical part of my mind focused on, was how the movie does so much with so little. As an example, this shot in the Taxi Dance Club is so simple yet so satisfying. A handful of extras walk by in the foreground, giving the illusion of activity. The two women sit in the window of a booth. A figure hits a sort of doorbell which activates a red light. Eve has been selected. The filming location is likely an empty studio, but with some curtains, a window, and a couple of doorbells, an entire world is created. The movement of the camera and the red light complete the illusion. The rest of the club set is just as minimalistic. Again, more curtains give the space dimension. A neon clock provides an emphatic object for the background. Its prominence distracts from how little else is in the set. The entire movie is like this. The screen is often predominantly dark space with the minimum amount of set dressing. There's even some self-awareness of this strangely empty space.
Sit on the desk, please.
I think you need another chair. You can have a seat on the couch.
Light on furniture.
The cinematography is by Sven Kirsten, and to understand his work here in Liquid Dreams, it's helpful to look at his work in music videos. These music videos are garish pop art, totally devoid of naturalism. Unearthly colored lights and a distinct lack of a recognizable space give them a sense that they're playing out in a sort of dream world. And pragmatically speaking, it's a great way to shoot a low-budget picture. By the way, that's Franke Thorn from Liquid Dreams in Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. And that leads us to the most important credit of Liquid Dreams, sort of the Rosetta Stone to understanding the movie. If you watch to the end, the producers wish to thank George Kuchar and Mike Kuchar.
You talk funny. Shut up and take your clothes off.
The Kuchar brothers, for those unfamiliar, are underground filmmakers that made highly stylized, over-the-top lurid melodramas with zero budgets. They either shot on 8mm or 16mm film, or in later years they shot on video. Their films include The Devil's Cleavage, Hold Me While I'm Naked, Ascension of the Demonoids, and Sins of the Fleshopoids. They also taught at the San Francisco Institute of Art, which Liquid Dreams director Mark Manos, the cinematographer Sven Kirsten, and star James Oseland all attended. And strip away some of the glossy 90s veneer, and you realize Liquid Dreams is a lovable, inbred descendant of the Kuchar brothers. Somehow Liquid Dreams did get a theatrical release, briefly playing the art house circuit to mixed reviews. The Richmond Times-Dispatch said it was the worst movie of the year so far. On the other hand, critic of the people Joe Bob Briggs understood the film. He gave Liquid Dreams, quote-unquote, a few stars, and said it was like being inside a combination of Disneyland, Leavenworth, and Gino's Topless. For the 1992 Drive-In Academy Awards, Joe Bob nominated Candice Daly for Best Actress, Mark Manos for Best Director, and the film itself got the nomination, although it ended up losing to The Unborn. As goofy as the old Joe Bob columns are, they hold up so much better than normal film reviews. If Joe Bob says check it out, you check it out. So Check it out, Liquid Dreams.